Hello students, I am Shrutika Bhavnalade, Assistant Professor of Department of the Information Technology. Now today we are going to learn Unit 1, that is the Introduction to the Software Project Management. So what is Software Project Management? These are the syllabus contents. Now we will see one by one. Now, so these are the course objectives of your Software Project Management, that is to discuss the fundamentals of Software Project Management. Then what is the course outcome of this first unit? That is the apply the practices and the methods for successful software project management. Okay. Now see the what is software projects management. So software project management is the proper way of planning and leading the software projects. So again it is a part of project management in which software projects are planned, implemented, monitored and controlled. So again, why software projects are the use? So software projects are generally for use, planning, organizing, and observing the software development processes to make sure that the project is completed successfully on time and within the budget. Again, it involves some tasks like planning, defining the project scope, calculating how much time and resources are needed, again scheduling the task and allocating the resources and tracking the progress. So, the ultimate goal is to deliver high quality software product that meets the needs and the expectation of the users. So what are the aspects of software project management? So these are the some phases, that is planning, execution, monitoring and the control. So software project management involves several key aspects to help the guide development process from start to finish. So these aspects verify that the project stays on track, meets user needs and it is delivered within the time and budget constraints. Okay. So these are the some phases. So first one planning, then after that execution, then monitoring and the control. Okay. Now see why software project management is important. Now see till date we are learn so what is software project management. Now we see why software project management is important. So software project management is a crucial for successful software development because it ensures projects are completed on time, within budgets, and to the satisfaction of the stakeholders. So some key points are the some important key points of the software project management. So first one, meeting objectives and the delivering value. Second one, that is managing the resources effectively. Third one, reducing the risk and ensuring the quality. Fourth one, for fostering communication and the collaboration. Fifth one, controlling the scope and preventing the scope creep. Sixth one, improving the stakeholder satisfaction. And the last one, that is streamlining processes and the reducing jobs. So these are the some key points related to the software project management. Then why software project management is important? Though these key points are very useful. Okay, now we see. So till we learned what is software project management and why software project management is important. Now we see what is the project. So next part, that is the project. So what is project? The project is defined as a sequence of tasks that must be completed to attain a certain outcome. According to the Project Management Institute, that is PMI, the term project refers to the any temporary endeavor with a definite beginning and the end. Some projects are started, so it having some task or the schedule is given. So this start from starting date to end date, it has some time span is given to the project. So depending on its complexity, it can be managed by a single person or the hundred. So team the projects will be divided into team also or the single person also. So some diverse nature of the projects. So projects come in wide range of shape and the sizes. So what is projects? So project can be a big, be small or involve many people or the just yourselves. So now we see one by one. So what is be big? Be big like the construction of the Hoover Dam take years to complete and have a humongous budget. Okay, it having some peoples and the budgets. Now second one, that is be small. So what is be small? It's like your weekend project of installing a pathway in your lawn. Now third one, involving the many peoples, like planning a wedding. Okay, now last one, that is just yourself. That means rearranging the photos in your wedding albums. Okay, so this is all about your projects. Now see, we will see the next part, that is the characteristics of the project. So what is characteristics of the project? So project is a set of interdependent tasks that have a common goals. So obviously when you are going to deliver a project, or we are doing the projects, it having some tasks that you need to complete it within a given deadline, that from starting date to the end dates. So this image is given clear idea about the characteristics of the projects. So what is characteristics of the project? So first one, that is clear start and end date. Second one, if project has some boundaries. Again, third one, a project is not a business as usual. And the last one, the project creates something new. Okay, so these are some characteristics of the projects. Now see next part, that is the types of projects. Now till time we studied about what is projects, characteristics of the project. Now next part, that is the different types of the projects. Now we see one by one. So first one, that is construction projects. So what is construction projects? So first one, this includes the construction of the physical construction projects such as buildings, roadways, bridges and the infrastructure. Okay. Now, second one, that is IT projects. So, IT projects, that is software development, system integration, network enhancement, and the technological innovations are all parts of this. Okay. Now, third one, that is engineering projects. So, what is engineering projects? It includes that involve the design, development, and the construction of the machinery. Fourth one, that is research and the development projects. So what are the research and development projects? The projects focus on the innovation, discovery and the product and the service development. And the next one, that is marketing projects. So what is marketing project? That will be promotional activities such as product or service marketing, market research and brand awareness and the advertising. So these all types are comes, these are the different types of your projects. The first one, that is first one construction project, second one IT project, third one engineering project, fourth one research and development projects, and fifth one, that is marketing projects. Okay. Now next part we will see, so what is contract management? So what is contract management? Now we'll see one by one. Okay. So contract management in a project management is the process of overseeing and administrating contracts from initiation to completion. Okay. That means it's having some scheduled tasks or some deadline, that is from starting initiation to the completion task. Okay. Then ensuring all parties meet their contractual obligations and that the project is delivered successfully. So obviously you have to meet given projects some contractual obligations and their requirements according to the customer. Now, it involves various stages, including contract drafting, negotiation, execution, monitoring, and analysis to maximize operational and the financial performance while reducing the risk. So, some stages we have to included, like you need to negotiate some tasks related to the budgets, again execution, how you execute your projects till given timeline. Okay. Now analysis. So what is analysis? So whatever the projects are delivered or the projects are executed, that will be analyzed by and it will be completed given execution time or the deadline. Again, to maximize the operational and the financial problems performance. Obviously, the projects always need some budgets, so it will be related to financial performance while reducing the risk. Because when we are going to do the projects, it having some, we have facing some problems related to the risk, so we need to minimize that risk. Now, there are some key aspects of the contract management in project management. Okay. So what are the key aspects? So first one, that is contract life management. So what is contract life cycle management? This involves managing contracts from their initial creation through negotiation and the execution to their eventual completion or the delivery. Okay. Now, the second one, that is negotiation and the drafting. So what is negotiation and the drafting? That means contract managers work with stakeholders to negotiate favorable terms and the conditions, ensuring the contract clearly outlines the scope of the work, deliverable, timeless, and the responsibility. As I now already told you regarding the some terms, that is financial, their timelines and the reducing risks. So all these terms come under your negotiation and the drafting. So negotiation in terms of the project budgets and the timelines and the responsibility that will be handled by the particular project management. Okay. Now the next point that we'll discuss, that is execution and the monitoring. So what is execution and the monitoring? This phase involves tracking performance against contractual obligations, monitoring deliverables, managing deadlines, and addressing any issue or changes that arise during the projects. So the execution and the monitoring. This phase involves tracking the performance. That means some execution, how your project is going to execute, and monitored by the some team members, because it will be delivering the team members or the individual also. So there are some deadline also, because when you are executing any program there are some deadlines are given. That means you are starting and the deadlines. So in that time you have facing some challenges and the issues during the given projects. Okay. Now second one, the risk management. So risk management, contract management that helps identify and mitigate potential risks associated with the contract, such as financial risk, legal risk, and the performance risk. Risk again given in three terms, such as the financial risk, that means it related to the your budget. Then legal risk. Legal risk means it having some contract based papers, it will be related to the paperwork. And the performance, that means the whatever the projects we are going to do, it will be give the some analysis and the performance according to the customer requirements. Now the third one, third phase, the last phase, that is stakeholder collaboration. So effective contract management requires collaboration between the various stakeholders, including including project managers, contract manager, legal teams, and other relevant parties. So these are some phases that will be discussed right now. Okay. Now the next point that will be discussed right now, that is activities covered by the software project management. So till time we are discussed regarding what is projects, again some characteristics of the projects and some contract management. Now we'll see what are the different activities that will be covered by the software project management. So this image given a clear idea about the various activity that will be handled or covered by the project management. So first one, that is project planning, conflict management, risk management, require management, change management, scope management, estimate management, communication management, configuration management, and the release management. So first one, that is project planning and the tracking. Then resource management, scope, it's estimation management. Project planning and the tracking means you have to schedule some plan, that means start and end date also. And you need to track the project. That means you need to always keep the track of how much your project going to cover. Second one, project resource management. So what are the resource management? It will be in terms of in-house or the out-house. Okay. Second one, what is the scope management? So what is the scope of your given project? Then estimator management, that will be shown given your budget related activities. Second one, project risk management. When you are going to do the projects, that will be you have to change some face challenges and the issues, that will be project risk management. Again, scheduling management. It having in scheduling management, you need to decide some schedule that is from start to end. Last one, second last, that is project communication management. It involves some peoples, either it one or the some peoples. Then configuration management. So last one, that will be configuration. So these all activities are covered by the software project management. Okay. Now the next point that will be discussed. So first one, that is plans, methods, and the methods. Now we'll see one by one. So what is plan? Again, methods and the methodologies. So in project management, a plan outlines that needs to be done. A method is a specific way to something, and a methodology is a system of method used to achieve a goal. In short, you need to this, understand that is what is plan, methods, and the methodologies. Is the plan means which have what to what needs to be done. So what is method? Method is the way that you how to do something, and the method, that means a system of method used to achieve something goal. So essentially the methodology provides a framework, while methods are the tools within that frameworks. So that will give the clear idea about the what is methods and the methodologies. Again, we see in brief what is plan, methods, and the methods. So, what is plan? The plan is detailed proposal for doing something. It outlines the steps, resources, and the timeline for achieving a specific objective. Second one, the method. The method is some specific way of doing something. It's a technique or procedure used to achieve a particular task. Third one, methodologies. So, methodology is a system of method, principle, and the rules for carrying out a specific task or the projects. Again, it provides a structured approach to achieving a goal, often involving multiple methods. Okay, so that is all about your what is plan, methods, and the methods. Now, next slide we will see. So, what is in project management? What is it? What is this? How this plan, methods, and methodologies are used? So, in project management, plan outlines the overall project goals, scope, timeline, and the budgets. And method might include using specific tool like Gantt charts for scheduling or risk assessment techniques. So this is one of the tool that will be used for the scheduling any task or the risk management techniques. Third one, the project management methods. It will be like your agile, waterfall, or the lean. This provides a framework for managing the entire project life cycle. Okay. Now there are some examples of these projects, methods, and methodologies. So first one, the house plan would include the blueprint, material list, and the construction time. So for example, we have to imagine you are building a house, the projects. So in that, how this plan, methods, and methodology terms are used. So in plan, the house plan would be include blueprints. In method, the using a specific type of hammer to drive nails is a method. Okay. Now what is methodology? The overall building process, including following building codes, using specific construction and the coordination different types. Okay. So I think you have already you might be known or the students give, you have an idea about how this plan, methods, and methodologies are work. Okay. Now in next slide we will see some ways of categorizing software projects. So in project management, there are many categories that used to plan as well while planning the projects. Projects are often categorized on the basis of their scope, size, speed of implementation, location, type, and the technologies. So there are some categories. So in this way, we have the categorized the software projects. Now in next slide, we have seen so how one this some characters or the categorization one by one in detail. So first one, that is scope and the significance. So first one, national projects and the international projects. Then second, type. According to the type, project can be either it will be project industrial and the non-industrial also. Then third, that is the level of technology. So technology plays a significant role in the managing projects. So project can be again subdivided into the four categories on the basis of the technology. So which technologies? So first one, conventional technology project. Second one, non-conventional technology project. Third one, high-tech project. Fourth one, low investment projects. Okay. And the size and the scale of operation. On the basis of size and the scale of operation, project can be small scale project, medium scale project, large scale project. Okay. Now, next, the fifth one, that is ownership of the control. So, project can be divided into three categories according to their governance. First one, public sector project, private sector project, joint sector project. Now, the sixth one, that is speed of implementation. So, according to the speed of implementation, project can be either it will be normal, crash, or disaster projects. Now, the seventh one, that is purpose. What is the purpose of this project? There is always purpose of everything. So, the projects are classified according to purpose. So, first one, rehabilitation project, balancing project, maintaining project, and the modernization projects. So, these are the some key terms. The next one, that is others. So some other types of projects are already we have seen the educational and the non-educational, industrial and the non-industrial. Now these are some again some additional project types. So first one, that is capacity expansion, employee welfare projects. Okay, so these all are our some key projects or some key points related to your projects. Now the next term, that is what is a stakeholder. So what is stakeholder? It is an individual, group, or organization that has an interest on is affected by the decision and the activities of the business, projects, or the organization. So stakeholder can be internal or the external. So in internal stakeholder are the employees and the manager, or and again external companies, customers, suppliers, investor, or the community members. So these are the some stakeholder. So key aspects of this stakeholder has interest, influence, and the impact. So now we'll see one by one. So what is interest? So stakeholder have a vested interest which can be financial, social, or related to their well-being. Second one, influence. So stakeholder can influence success or the failure of projects or the organization. Again, impact. The stakeholder can be directly or indirectly affected by the decision and the actions of an organization. Okay, so this is all about the stakeholder. Now, some example of the stakeholders. So, what are the examples? That is internal, external, and the broader sense. So, in internal, already we discussed that is internal comes under employees, managers, owners, and the investors. And the external content, customer, suppliers, competitors, community members, and the government agents. So, in a broader sense, any individual or the group that can be affected or is affected by the organization actions. So, what are different now let's see what is the importance of the stakeholder. So, some key points that are the business success, decision making, risk management, and the social responsibility. So, these are some importance of the stakeholder. Now, so what are the setting objective business case in a project management? Till time we will see what is software projects management, and the second point is why software project management. Next point already we fill in, that is what is projects, again their characteristics of the projects, contract management. Now the next point, that is setting objective business case in a project management. So in project management, in project case management, some objectives are SMART goals. So these are some SMART goals that project are often using the SMART framework. Okay. Specific, measurable, achievements, and the relevance. Okay. So business case in project management, that is justification. The business case provides rationale for the projects and the problems. Again, benefits, cost, and the risk. So these are the SMART goals. Okay. Now the strategic alignment and the decision making. So what is strategic alignment? The business can demonstrate how the project align with the organization strategic objective and the contribution to its overall success. Again, decision making. It provides decision makers with the information needed to the specific project specifically. Now let's see. So what is project success and the failure? So now always we discussed till date how project is going on, what are the different risks and issues we have to faces, some challenges, what are the risks and the timeline. Now we'll see the next point or the last one, that is project success and the failure. So project success and the failure are defined how the project will achieve its intended purpose within specified constraints like time, budget, and quality. So already these terms are already discussed. Then the failure can occur at various levels, from non-meeting specific deliverable to failing to achieve broader business objectives. So understanding the causes of project failure, such as poor planning, lack of communication, and the scope creep, it is crucial for implementing strategy to improve the project rates. Okay. Now these are some factors, success factor of the project. Okay, so what are the success factor? So clear objective. So you need to, when we are going to create a project, it having some create clear objective. Then detailed planning. When you have to going to create project or do you have to doing project, it having some clear idea and risk management. Communication between the customer and the project management is always necessary. Again, resource management. Again, resource management come under some in-house or the out-house also. Then client involvement. How the client will be involved into your particular project. That means it will always track some tasks. Then top management support. experienced project manager because it having some experience of that critical given product. So well defined scope, and the last one, that is timely deliverable and the result. Okay, so these are the some project success factors. Now we'll see the project failure factors. So what are the project failure factors? That is lack of planning, scope creep, poor communication, lack of management support, and inadequate risk management. But obvious when the project it have some products are, or the some things have some pros and cons are otherwise existing in the project. So this is all about your project success and the management. So students, this is all about your software project management. Thank you.